are back for the final, probably 45 minutes of Dungeon World. Oldtown. Very Oldtown. And we left off with Olivia, Zed, and Estrelli in this sort of ruined-ish armory where Zed was well, I guess no, you moved back into the antechamber, and Zed had just told you an interesting fact that iron golems can actually be made of any metal, and you were deciding what to do next. So what do you do?
I would does it mention any specific way in which you could fight against a golem?
Well, that's the thing. It only told you something interesting. It didn't tell you anything useful. So no.
Yeah, I don't roll a 10 plus for that.
I mean, still, now we know. Just because there's a pile of brass on the ground, don't think it's not an iron golem.
Yeah. And if it's a soft metal, that would certainly make it easier to injure it.
So you're standing in this antechamber. There are dead bodies and bits of flesh around you.
Yeah.
You still have that unexplored hallway, which you could explore, or you have the door to the north.
Yeah, we're going towards the unexplored hallway, I think.
It looks like. I mean, that might be what that means.
What could tell you that? I don't even understand how you could possibly see that.
Okay, as you walk down this hallway...
Actually, the people on Twitch can't see it.
Oh, they can't?
Yeah,
Is it still... Do I need to shift... I don't think I can shift over. I'll just zoom out.
Oh.
Well, they can see a little bit of it.
There, they can see it. And you guys shouldn't be watching the Twitch video because there's spoilers on there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
But I appreciate it. But there are GM spoilers on this screen.
Okay.
Oh. Well, who knew? I wasn't paying that much attention. I was reading the chat.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Just pop out the chat and leave the rest alone.
It was only when you actually said, "Oh, I don't think they can really see it." Oh wait, or was it Buhamut who said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only when they said that I actually paid attention to the map.
Okay, well, it's fine. The spoilers aren't on stream, so it's good. Okay, so you walk down this hallway, and
Popped out.
As you walk down, you see these sort of rooms to either side, but they're more like alcoves, and from the smell and the state of them, you kind of figured that's where the flesh golems were stored.
Oh, and now there's not flesh golems because we killed them all.
That is correct.
All right, we should still carefully check all of the alcoves and make sure there's not more flesh golems.
Agreed. And
well,
since I have the torch, I will go first.
As you look around these alcoves poking with your staff with the light on the end, you do not see any further evidence of flesh golems.
Okay. That's helpful.
There were 4 alcoves, and you assume that they were for those 4 flesh golems that are now dead.
And there's nothing else in those rooms that would be of any interest?
No, not that
Or
you
do get a
have
roll for it?
discerned. Are you getting sleepy, Hazel?
I don't think so.
That was a big
I woke
yawn.
up like
Should be like Docs and I. We drank energy drinks before this. We're good to go.
There you go. That's the plan, right? So it looks like you have 2 options. You can either leave the way you came and return to Oldtown with nothing but a sullied bandage and an extra book, or you can delve deeper into the tower. What do you do?
Yeah, I think deeper is the way to go.
Well,
There might still be zombies in here somewhere.
They weren't zombies, Olivia.
No, but there
That's
might
so
be
much
if
to
we
learn.
go if we go further in. There might be zombies. That's the thing, and that's why we need to go further.
Olivia, you just do not understand the magical arts. Zombies do not exist.
So,
not in this tower anyway.
What reality were you trying to discern, Estrelli? What were you studying?
What was in those rooms? I don't think I learned too much.
Well, I'm gonna say this, there wasn't really... Well... Okay, so here's what happens. You mark XP.
I'm really not trying to EXP farm here. I just
And
want to know what's going on.
as Olivia and Zed return to the antechamber to likely open that door, none of you notice that Estrella has lingered behind to poke and prod at every crevice in those alcoves. You assume he's
Yeah.
behind you.
I mean, like I'm just going onwards. There could be zombies in there somewhere.
I mean, I have the torch. So as I'm walking away,
He
it's
is
leaving
too
a spell-
focused with finding. He's convinced he's going to find something. He is on his hands and knees, feeling around, convinced he will
Okay,
find
never mind.
some secret.
I retract my discern reality. I don't care about what's real or fake anymore. I take back my EXP point.
One thing is that in general, you're never supposed to roll things unless the DM asks you to roll them.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
Well-
Because that prevents situations where you roll for things that don't need to be rolled for.
I
You just say
also
what you're doing, and
I
the
edited
DM
my
will let you know
macro
if you
and I wanted to
roll.
see if it worked. Too.
I will go ahead and let you take that back. But yeah, what Hazel said, I'll prompt you if I need you to roll for something. Otherwise, I'll just tell you.
Okay.
Kind of like how I didn't ask Buhamut to discern realities because there was nothing to discern.
Yeah, I was all ready to roll. I brought up my character sheet and everything, and
And
you're just like, nope,
no.
nope, you don't find anything. I'm like, okay then, I guess I won't roll for it. But yeah, we want to proceed through the doorway to the north.
Okay,
More adventure lies beyond.
and you have Estrella in tow. you do
Sterling
not.
did back
You do
when the
not
world
leave
became
him in the
dark.
darkness.
I mean, he was about to. He was gonna search very
Yeah.
thoroughly, but then I started walking away with the torch, and it got real dark.
I
So
think.
he's like,
I think that's okay. That's what happened.
So he just started following behind, like, hey guys, what are we gonna look?
Okay, so you're back in the antechamber. The door to the north is closed.
I open it.
Okay, you open the door. It's not locked. The hinges do
Nice.
squeal some, but not in like you don't hear anything answer back to the squeal.
If I were to cast Detect Magic, how long would that last?
I believe it's sustained, so you would take -1 ongoing. And as long
And
as
remember,
you
you
sustain
already
this,
have -1
right?
on.
So I think you take -1 ongoing. I have to look at to what, like if it would just be to cast a spell or if it's anything else.
I
So
mean,
y-
it says one of your senses is briefly attuned to magic. The GM will tell you what here is magical.
Yeah, but then
Alright, so-
like you can either sustain it or well, let me look at this spell. Where is it?
Because I just don't know. I just don't know what would be.
Yeah, it doesn't say ongoing, so it would be instantaneous.
Yeah, it's just what's magic.
So, like, if you look beneath the detect magic, there's telepathy, and it says divination ongoing, and that would be something you could sustain. Whereas detect magic, it would be like a brief radar flash of what's magical,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so Olivia, you open this door. Ahead of you, you see another dusty room. You see what looks like a well in the center, a very large well. It's like probably 20 feet by 20 feet across, and the lip of it is only like 1.5 feet off the ground. It's made of stone, and it reaches very deep into this tower. Like, you can just... Like, it looks like it reaches deep into this tower. You'd have to go up to investigate it to look. The light does stretch to the far wall, and there are no windows on this floor, like not even arrow slits. So the only light you see is in this revealed area here, and probably a little bit around it, though the lip of the well is blocking some of it. The walls are stone. They look wet. The ceiling is somewhat tall.
I was definitely expecting stairs that lead upwards rather than a hole that leads downwards.
I
Maybe
would like
there
to
will be
cast.
stairs somewhere still.
I would like to cast Detect Magic when we have a chance.
Okay, you can cast it now. Go ahead and roll plus your intelligence and take -1 because you're taking -1 on. Oh, mark XP. Congratulations.
Yay, I got XP.
And let me look.
One thing Zed can't do. He's supposed to be innate at.
Okay.
Supposed to be
So here's
effortless.
what happens. Zed, you are convinced you're going to find something magic in here, and the well draws you. And you walk forward with determination, and as you're walking forward, you feel the floor shift beneath your feet. And the floor gives way, and you start to fall into a pit trap.
What? That was not what I was expecting.
A surprising event has happened.
I was expecting something to push people into the well. I was not expecting another hole. Who digs a hole and then doesn't use that hole?
So many
but
holes
digs
in this
another
room.
hole. I mean, what a twist!
I'm keeping you on your toes.
Or off your toes.
As
There's
the
a
case
perfectly
may
good
be.
hole over there, and they dig another hole.
Okay, so you fall. I need
Well,
you to.
for a brief moment, my staff and myself were in that square with the hole, illuminating more of the room.
Okay. You see a flash
Just-
of
just
debris, and then you fall into the pit. I need you to roll to defy danger with your dexterity, please.
All right. Defy danger. It has a button. Hooray! Go button. Uh-oh. Modifier.
What's your dexterity modifier?
Oh, all right.
Put that in there.
Right, because defy danger can have multiple different modifiers.
Exactly.
I get ya.
Okay, so you manage to land in such a way that you don't injure yourself.
How deep is the hole?
It looks like it's about 8 foot deep.
So I mean, the floor gives out beneath him. He lands on his feet, but like falls back onto his butt. You know what I
And-
mean? He's just like he didn't like take serious damage from it. He just
But there is one other thing I feel like I should mention, because as you fall in on your butt and you brace yourself as you land and put your hands beneath you, and you feel something squirming beneath your hands.
Hold on. Let me just check my gear real quick.
Do we have a chance at this point to look down the well, look down the trap, and see what's going on down there?
Yeah, you could.
I mean, the only light that exists is down the hall.
So it's
Yeah.
probably a
Can't see
good
anything.
idea. So actually, I should probably hide this.
like
'Cause it's-
everything but the shaft.
I mean, I don't feel like hiding what you've already explored.
So, I take out my handy rope, which is in my backpack. And I want to toss it down and have Estrelli hold the other side and be like, come on, get out of the hole.
First, I would like to see what know what I see down the hole. Like, what is
Okay.
around Zed?
So as Olivia is getting out her rope, and are you getting that from your adventuring gear?
Mhm.
Did you mark off one use of that then?
I don't see where I would do that.
It has 5 uses, so write down that you have 4 uses remaining.
But, like, where is the fact that I have that item?
Oh, I thought you said you had adventure. Oh, it should be under your.
I do, but, like...
It should be under gear, loot, and notes.
Oh, gear, loot, and notes. I'm looking in the wrong...
Yeah, I didn't write down that it has 5 uses though, so I'll just say that 4 uses, 1 weight. All right, I've modified it for you.
Okay.
So you have 4 uses left of your adventuring gear. So as you're getting out your
So-
rope,
Yeah.
Estrelli, you approach this pit trap and look down in it, and it looks like it's about 8 feet deep, and you see Zed sitting at the bottom of the pit, and there are these grubs covering the floor of this pit trap, and they are squirming and writhing beneath him, and they are trying, like they seem to be starting to coalesce or like moving towards his position, like coming from the ends of the pit and towards him.
Up the rope. Now is the time to come up the rope.
The words "burn it with fire" come to mind, but mostly I just try, like, I'll just try to aid Olivia with tossing the rope down and
So did you
getting Zed out.
Did you want Estrelli to hold the rope, Olivia, or are you holding the rope?
We're both holding one end of the rope with the intention that Zed will hold the other end of the rope.
Well,
And our
Okay, so
combined
I'm
weight
jumping
will
down
prevent
with
us
this
from-
end of the rope then?
no, like you're
No.
Olivia and Estrelli are on one end, like a tug of war type thing. You're both holding
Yeah,
it.
we're like both standing there like this, pulling the rope, so that when he starts climbing, our combined weight will ensure that we don't like just the one person holding it just fall in with him.
And
Because-
this is just a standard 4-walled shaft straight down. It's not like the hole is smaller than the rest of the room, or
It
Like-
is
like-
a standard 4-wall shaft straight down.
okay, so it doesn't like widen out after the hole or anything. So it's easy enough to climb up.
Yeah,
the
it's
wall.
climbable.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna need is I need Olivia and Estrelli to pick between you which one of you is going to roll to aid or interfere, and then roll plus your bond with Zed.
I have two
Alright.
bonds with Zed, so that's probably what would be good, right?
It's up to you guys.
I think
My
yeah.
character has more strength for actually pulling on the rope.
But that's not really good. The way aid and interfere works is that you roll plus bond. So you're both helping.
Like another way to roll it would be to have one of us roll a strength to pull up the rope, like because he
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily need to climb the rope. You know what I'm saying? He can just
Yeah,
hold on while we pull
We
it.
toss
Okay.
the rope down. Zed grabs the rope. We roll based on my strength at pulling Zed
Oh,
up,
so you're trying to pull him up, not otherwise.
and Olivia would be aiding
Right.
me at pulling him up.
Okay, then I will have Olivia roll plus bond with Estrelli, if
Okay.
you want to aid,
And how come on the bonds page only Olivia is shown?
because only Olivia wrote down her bonds.
Yeah. All right, I'm
Fair
helping.
enough.
Okay, so Estrelli, you may take a +1 modifier to the next roll. However, Olivia, as you move to get a better vantage on this pull of the here's what I'm going to say happens. Rather than what's depicted, where both sides of the trap have collapsed in, only one side had, the side where Zed fell in. You go to get a better position to help brace the rope while Estrelli pulls him up, and the floor gives way beneath you as the other end of this trap collapses in, and you also fall into the pit.
I'm helping.
I need you to defy danger with your dexterity, please.
All right. All right.
Okay,
I
so
defied
you
some
are
danger.
uninjured by the fall. However, there are grubs.
How am I helping by doing this?
You offered the rope. That'll be your help. You helped, and you got Estrelli into a
Okay.
good position, and you also revealed the trap, where the whole trap is. So now you're helping that Estrelli knows exactly where to stand.
Okay.
Wasn't planning on standing there anyway, but all right.
So Estrelli, if you still want to pull Zed up, I need you to defy danger with your strength. So mark you can mark XP.
Yay!
Glorious XP.
And I get what has to happen is that even though Zed is frail, you just don't have like he bangs against the wall awkwardly or catches or the weight of the grubs that are covering him weighs him down more than you expect.
How big are these grubs?
They're fairly well. It's not that they're big; it's that there are a lot of them, and they are swarming Zed, and they are beginning to swarm Olivia, and you can. No, you don't get a choice because you failed. So, as you are bending down to heft up to reach, like to pull Zed out, you lose your footing and you also fall into the pit. You think that you can climb back out, but the rope won't help you here.
Because now the rope came down with us, right?
Well, I mean,
So now we have 3 people in the bottom of the pit with
with
the
a
rope.
rope.
Yeah.
I need you to
Alright.
do. I need you to defy danger with your dexterity, Estrelli.
Ah, that's that. I'm gonna get lots of EXP this game before I die. 2d6 minus 1.
While he does that,
Wow!
Good job. You don't take any damage in the fall.
Graceful like a cat for once.
So the 3 of you are stuck in this pit. There are grubs swarming towards you with little mouths that look kind of like a leech. What do you do?
How big are these grubs?
May I recommend jumping up and down, squishing as many as the little beasts as I can?
You could probably hold it in your hand. It's probably like the size of a hot dog or bigger, maybe a little bigger around, like a little fatter. Like a big fat carrot or a hot dog.
And there's like
Well,
enough of them.
they do vary in size though, but yeah, they are covering the floor of this.
And there's like enough of them that you can't like fight them. They're sort of numberless.
No, you can fight them.
You think
you could squish enough of them that you would be safe, but
okay, so
they
it's
also
possible
look-
to. Okay,
yeah.
well, Australia's like getting right on it. He is not hesitating to injure the grubs.
Well, in my opinion, it's really, really gross.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm wrong. They're actually rather small. They're very small.
what happened with your familiar?
Probably still standing up at the top, I would think. I mean, it's not like he was holding onto the rope.
Yeah, she is still up there, probably looking down at you.
I'm just waiting for her to fall into.
Toss the rope up to her.
Now, see, if she was in here, it wouldn't be a problem for her to just kind of jump out, because cats are magical.
So what do you do?
Okay, so is the hack and slash still happening, or was that canceled by them being too small?
No, there's still. You can still squish them with your hack and slash if you'd like. I just didn't know
Okay,
if that
because
was happening.
Australia
Did he
rolled that.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, cool. Deal your damage at your option. You can do, I believe it's an extra 1d6 damage, but you will expose yourself to their attack.
So I can do 2d6 if I want to, but
I believe
expose
so.
myself.
Let me look at the move real quick. Yes, at your option, you may do plus 1d6 damage, but expose yourself to the enemy's attack.
And hack and slash is off of strength, right? Yeah, plus.
You are. Wait, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
the strength doesn't boost your damage.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you just roll your damage dice plus 1d6 if you choose to. Okay.
I swish like a madman.
So, here's what happens.
Can I put some dancing skill into this?
As you jump up and down, crushing as many of these tiny grubs as you can beneath your boots, and you are able to crush a great number of them that they no longer pose a threat. However, I need you to roll 1d6 minus 2 as some of the rot grubs burrow into your skin.
Oh,
Oh, that's something.
1d6 minus 2, you said?
Yes.
And you do still have armor. Oh, there you go.
So
Helps to have shoes.
you take no damage, but you do have rot grubs in your legs. They have burrowed into your legs. It's not impeding
real
your health at the
unfortunate.
moment.
It's just making me throw up in real life.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
you
that's
are-
disgusting.
you are disgusted by this as you are infected by the rot grubs.
Huh. Well, let's get out of here. This is a bad hole.
A bad
Um,
hole. I think that's one way of describing it.
Okay, so can we do like some type of stand on shoulders, step out type of deal?
I will say that at this point, since there is no pressing danger, you can take your time and get out of this hole without having to roll.
Okay.
So you are able to extract all three of you from this hole.
All right. I bring my
but
rope
go
with
ahead
me.
and describe how you get out of this hole, whoever wants to.
Yeah, I mean, how tall are you guys?
How deep is the hole?
It's about it's about 8 feet deep.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
we're
not
elves,
terrible,
so
so
we're fairly tall. I mean, we were a little bit taller but thinner than a normal human, right? So to say that we're at least 6 feet high is not that big of a stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
That would put us
Yeah.
on par with like I'd probably 6'3" or so.
Okay. So Olivia is the shortest in the party at 6 feet, apparently. Yeah, so she will let somebody else like step on her shoulders to get out, and then once two people have done that, they can sort of pull her up by the arms.
I mean,
Is that what she's suggesting?
just as a cool action, do you think that I could possibly just have Zed levitate? Like we all know he gets out of the hole. Is he able to just levitate his way out? Is that a
Could I
possibility?
ask Zed to set my legs on fire?
I would say that would be, you could cast a ritual to levitate. Let me take a look at that. Because, like, I mean, it's cool that you use magic and stuff, but... Okay, I'm going to say yes, but first you must spend a moment in quiet meditation, and you were able to, if you spend a moment in quiet meditation and focus on the magics in you, you are able to levitate yourself a very small amount. If you had more time to meditate on the magics, you think you would be able to levitate more. But if you want to get out anytime soon, you know that you have to take what you can get. But you
Okay.
can lift yourself up.
Okay, so it's at least enough to perhaps
Like, yeah,
climb up onto somebody's shoulders easily enough.
or even
and
just
then use
like
that
I'll
to-
let you levitate to climb out of the hole in this instance.
While he's doing all these rituals and things, I'm just going to help Olivia out.
Okay.
My character is not going to stand on anyone's shoulders when he has rock grubs in his legs.
Okay.
So,
So,
all right,
so
once
maybe
Olivia-
maybe I get out first, and by stepping on your shoulders, and then I pull you out. That might make more sense
Sounds good.
to avoid getting rot grubs on my shoulders.
And
Well, I
we,
mean- yeah,
and we-
I don't know how long this is going to take. I kind of just wanted Zed to be able to, like, I was hoping it would be a faster way of doing it than a slower way of doing it. But if he knew that the ritual was going to take longer than just climbing out with other
Yeah,
people,
I'm not saying that you have to do that. I'm just saying you know that if you spent some time, you could do it.
but it would probably be faster just to climb out manually.
Probably, yes.
Then he just does that then.
Okay.
He'll climb up onto Estrelli's shoulders as well, once Olivia and Zed are up out of the hole, then we both reach down and pull up Estrella.
So, relevant question, which way are you exiting out of this pit trap? Are you exiting towards the exit, or are you exiting
Yeah.
deeper into the...
No, definitely.
So
towards
what
the
what about this way? Was there stuff this way that we could step to
No,
the side?
No,
we do
it-
not step into danger.
First,
Okay, I guess we step this way. That's fine.
and
Okay.
then we find out what's going on.
We all fell into this pit hole. Do we know which way is which?
I think you would be, as you climbed up, you would be able to see the wall, and you would know, because you can tell that around the pit there's open space, and then there's the entryway which you came through, and you are able to
Okay.
recognize that. So as you exit towards the way that you came, your light, Zed, reveals a cone coming out from... I dragged a thing. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, whatever. Reveals this cone of illumination.
Okay.
All right,
Just as a note, it is 8:44.
Yeah, I'm
So-
aware, so I'm getting
Yeah.
ready to wrap.
Okay.
All right. As a final action before the end of the game here, I attempt to help pull the grubs out of Dox's legs or Australia's legs, and possibly even cast prestidigitation to clean the wound afterwards. Or the
Okay,
wounds, if I can.
I will say that
Please
you,
let him. This is disgusting.
you can dig the grubs out of his legs. I'll just say that.
Okay.
But you don't know what future effects being infected by the grubs might hold.
All right. Well, I do have bottles of antitoxin.
Good stuff.
I believe it's antitoxin. Let me look at my gear.
Yeah, you have antitoxin.
So,
Do you want to spout lore about these grubs that you encountered? To know what
Yes.
sorts of effects they do? So
yes.
we'll do a quick spout lore, then we'll do a little
And that,
nice.
that doesn't take a -1, right?
No, it's only
Yeah,
when
it's
you cast a
casting a
spell that you take a -1 penalty ongoing.
Very nice. And that's
You
also
get-
a +1 if I take out a book.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
don't
no.
need it.
Okay.
So, you are aware that these are rot grubs, and you know that they infect other creatures by burrowing into their flesh and then laying eggs, which later gestate and burst forth from their flesh.
That is horrifying.
Knowing
Go ahead.
this, I will let you roll to aid. No. I will let you. I'll make. I gotta figure out how to do this because I want to let you be able to locate the eggs and make sure that no eggs have been laid. But I think
Can
to
I-
do that, you would have to do damage to Estrella to find them.
Can I roll a quick charisma check to see if I stay sane?
The thing
I'm
is, this
just-
game doesn't have like a charisma check. Is not a thing in this game.
I know.
There's
I'm
like
just
a
joking.
parley check.
I
And there's
think
like a defy danger by charisma.
you are a
So-
seasoned adventurer, so even though you are revolted by this, you are not. Your character's stomach is stronger than your own.
Oh,
Ma-
good.
So
Excellent.
maybe Zed has not told you the full extent of what might happen.
So I will say this:
I
you know
mean-
that your
No,
antitoxin.
he did a spout lore.
Oh
he
no,
told
he
everyone.
did spout the lore. So I guess.
You
He
know that
spouted that lore.
your antitoxin will not help in this situation, but you believe that you could roll. You could roll and aid another on Australia, and I would allow him to roll to defy danger with his constitution.
That makes sense.
All right. So. And my bond with Australia, I have 1.
Okay, so you'll roll 2d6 plus 1. Okay, so
Once
Australia.
again, not a problem for the amazing Zed.
Australia.
Zed's like made one roll below a 10 all
I
night.
know. Defy danger with your constitution and take +1. Okay. So
Oh,
with Zed's
nice.
help, you are able to clean the wounds and remove the grubs and their eggs from your legs.
Okay.
I offer oh,
Sincere?
sincere thanks to Zed.
And I
So
think-
did he take any hit point damage from that, or
No,
Like-
the hit point damage that he took was the 1d6 -2, which was 0. And if you or I think if he had rolled, if either of you had rolled less than a 10, there would have been some damage. But since you rolled so well, you were able to make sure that the wounds were not, not deep enough to cause actual hit point damage. I mean, his legs are probably sore and tender, and he probably has little cuts all over them from where you were trying to get the grubs out, but you didn't do enough damage to actually hurt him, like, mechanically.
all right? So you wanna wrap those wounds in a bandage? I know you happen to have one that's no.
Okay,
A
I
little
think
bit
this is
questionable.
probably a good place to stop. You are standing at the entrance of what you believe to be the tower proper. There's a pit trap that Zed triggered, and then Olivia triggered the rest of in front of the doorway. You see a deep well that extends down into the tower, but you also know that the tower is about 5 stories tall. Or I should say 4 stories tall, because the ground floor doesn't count. And yeah, so let's do the end of session here. So the end of session, when you reach the end of session, choose one of your bonds that you feel is resolved, so completely explored, or no longer relevant, or otherwise. Did anyone resolve any bonds this session? So let's take a look at everyone's bonds. What are you... Olivia, let's start with you. What are your bonds?
Zed does not understand life in the wild. I will teach them.
I don't think that's resolved.
He made a really great quartermaster, but like that's not really life in the wild.
And
in my
you didn't
opinion.
even try to teach him about life in the wild.
Yeah.
So.
Australia is a friend of nature, so I will be their friend as well. That's a weird bond, I think. Like, how do you
Once
do
it's fully
anything with that?
explored, or once something else defines your relationship. So, do you think that still applies? Basically, does it apply, and has it been, and if it does apply, has it been fully explored? Like, you haven't explored how he's a friend of nature.
Yeah,
You
I
haven't
guess
really,
not.
and you haven't really explored how you're Australia's friend either. I think once you answer those questions, I can say it's fully
Yeah.
resolved.
Okay.
And then what's your other bond?
I have guided Zed before, and he owes me for it. I don't think that got resolved either.
Because
I mean,
do you still feel that Zed owes you?
Yeah.
Zed hasn't done anything to show that he doesn't owe you. Okay, so that's not resolved. Zed, what are your bonds?
Well,
Is there any way to change your number of bonds, like other than replacing them?
I don't know.
'Cause-
We can do that next session.
Okay.
We can talk about
I'm
that.
a little bit offended that you don't feel that I've repaid you. I was lost, and
I mean-
you guided me back, and now here I am torching guys who are about to harm you or hinder you.
Well, most
Not
of
to
them are
harm me.
actually
That was mostly helping Australia. He was the one who was actually
I
in
mean-
danger from all of those zombies.
That is a good point.
They never threatened anyone besides Australia, really.
So I still owe you. Okay. So moving on.
Okay, so what are your bonds?
My bonds are Estrelli will play an important role in the events to come. I have foreseen it.
Well, he's probably the only one who's going to level.
what an
But-
important role.
Yeah, he's the meat sponge.
So yeah, so far I don't think that's been resolved. So what is the other one?
Olivia is woefully misinformed about the world, and I will teach them all that I can. Such as when Olivia was continually spouting on about zombies when they were clearly just flesh golems.
Still gonna find some zombies.
Do you feel
Right,
that
but
that has been
not
fully
now.
explored?
Not fully, no, but I was at least making an effort to try to
That's fair.
assist a little
It's
bit.
once that has been fully explored or no longer applies to your current situation, then you will remove that bond and mark XP. But you both have to agree. Estrelli, what are your 2 bonds?
This is not my first adventure with Zed, and while that's not like finished, I have a feeling once this is done, then
And it'll not,
it
it'll
still won't be the
first.
first adventure.
Yeah,
it'll-
I'm just
it'll
like
be-
once that's
it'll be not
fully
the second.
explored, like once
Then
your
it'll be, this is not my
relationship,
second adventure.
because once your relationship with Zed changes, where that no longer really defines your relationship, then I'll let you resolve that and mark XP and write a new bond.
If I had any I could cross out, I would add me and Australia are gonna find some zombies.
I mean, I like it, but
Yeah.
and then what is
Maybe
your
some
other
fun
one,
people.
Estrelli?
Olivia has trusted me with a secret, which I don't actually know yet.
Yeah, I don't think we ever figured that out.
No, so
We kind of just went to this cool dungeon and just started killing flesh
I mean,
columns.
this Dungeon World. But anyway, Olivia,
So-
or I guess I should say Hazel, while we're on break for a week, think up a secret. Let me
Yeah,
and
I'll
Docs
try to
know.
think of a secret.
And that way, Docs can resolve Estrelli's bond with you, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
The secret. She has never seen a flesh golem.
So, now we need to know, look at your alignment. Estrelli, what is your alignment? Oh,
Just real quick, could
Sure.
everyone open up the bonds handout? I have added everyone to it.
cool.
Olivia, I'm sorry, I had to undo your what
Okay,
was it,
that's fine.
spacing because I couldn't get it to
Mhm.
let me put Z on the left hand side again.
That's cool. Awesome.
does
Thank you for that.
Is all of this accurate?
I think.
Yep.
So
All right, very good.
Okay, so Estrelli, what is your alignment?
Neutral. Avoid conflict or diffuse a tense situation. Considering nothing was actually like a conscious enemy that had self-awareness.
Did
that
you
wasn't
try
really
to
possible.
avoid conflict at any point? I don't think so. You threw yourself in conflict at every point. So I'm gonna say no. You didn't
I
play to your
didn't.
alignment today.
Like, I didn't throw myself into conflict. Like, I headed into a doorway to look around, and conflict found me.
But I mean, like when
you
the
didn't avoid that conflict though.
when the flesh golem was in the doorway, you stepped forward and stabbed it rather than trying to avoid the conflict. So I'm gonna say you did not. Either you didn't have a good opportunity, or you didn't play to your alignment this time, and that's okay because you earned a lot of XP.
I'm just gonna say I didn't have an opportunity
Yeah,
to.
that's fair.
I don't like. I don't
Yeah,
think
that
I could have
happens.
reasoned with.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
that Hazel
Should have tried.
didn't
though.
have an opportunity to use hers either because I mean she tried to free.
I had one. I just whiffed the roll. So,
Okay, so Olivia, what is your alignment?
where did I put it? It was here.
By the way, can we rename the handout bonds to bonds and alignment and have those listed there as well?
Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah, I think that's good. Mine is chaotic. Free someone from literal or figurative bonds.
You didn't free any of these flesh golems, unless you actually did. I suppose death is a way of freeing them.
I know.
You tried to free us from the pit, but you failed.
Okay, yeah, you didn't.
Well,
You tried
Yeah.
real hard and
I
you
tried
failed.
twice.
So no, you don't get XP for that. Zed, what is your alignment, and do you feel like you have completed it or played to it?
My alignment is good. Use magic to directly aid another.
Yes, mark XP.
Okay.
He's gonna get EXP every single time.
Yeah, that's a really easy one to fulfill.
Okay,
Well, thank God I got XP for something because I mean,
True.
now
that's 2 XP. All right, go me.
now we're gonna answer these 3 questions as a group. If everyone says yes, we're gonna mark everyone's gonna mark XP for each one. So first one, did we learn something new and important about the world?
Flesh
This
golem.
this tower is full of golems.
We learned
Wait,
about
wait.
how mages defend their towers. That's for sure.
When we first started this settlement, we didn't know anything about the town or the towers. We didn't even know about our characters. So I would say absolutely we learned because
We didn't know anything.
Everyone
knew
mark
nothing.
XP. Good job.
Okay.
Second question, did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Do you consider the flesh golems notable?
Do you consider
Well, I mean,
the
they
flesh
almost
golems
killed
notable?
you.
It's up to
Well,
you.
there are.
If you feel that you have overcome a notable monster or enemy, and you all agree as a group, you mark XP. And I leave that to you.
I mean, it was a little bit of a small battle, but that being said,
I almost died.
Yeah, he could have died if we whiffed one more roll, I think.
And when we ended up in the pit, Australia was the one that ended up with the rotworms and had to navigate that conflict. And we managed to have him come out unscathed then as well.
That is true.
So,
Yeah, I think the flesh golems were a notable monster.
I think both of them were. So I would say if everyone agrees, you can mark XP.
all right then.
May I?
Yeah.
Like, how many times do I need to nearly die to get the reputation of Australia the Death Dodger?
I'd say at least 3 more times.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I mean, not to mention, you have to live long enough to spout the tale of your almost
That
death.
is true. And
Right now, there's 2 other people in the world who know about your almost dying.
there's
Yeah.
one more question.
Oh, songs will be sung.
Did we loot a memorable treasure?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
I looted a book,
Like
but
we
wasn't
found a
memorable.
loot, but I don't think it was a memorable treasure.
I agree. So no XP for that.
Okay.
All right.
And
finishing
that.
off with 4 XP.
Hey, you're
5 here.
halfway there.
Four for me also.
What do you have?
You guys need to get on my level of failure.
How many
How
do
much
you
do you
have?
have?
5.
That's not much more. Like, yeah.
Now, I don't understand how you only have 5 though, because you just got 2 from answering yes to the questions.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah,
he
I had 3 before.
he half failed a lot. You know what I mean? So
That's
if you
true.
half fail a lot, it feels like you fail a lot, but you don't get the XP. It's really the worst thing that you can do.
Is
partial-
half fail.
Yeah, you want to either get what you want or get XP, rather than like having bad things happen and no XP.
Well, I mean, see, that's the good thing about me casting spells is that when I half fail, it at least still has the spell go off for me.
That's
Yeah.
true. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for us today. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. I want to say thanks again to Sith Master and Frost Dwarf for the follows. Hopefully everyone wants to tune in next week and see what the heck is in this tower, because so far we've seen very little, but a lot of it has been pretty gross. But there are promises of undead, promises of metal golems and things made of stone, and great treasures lie ahead.
The whole building is a stone golem. Dun dun dun.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. All right, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Our next stream is going to be Wednesday at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. EST, unless, something goes horribly, horribly wrong. So yeah, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you next time.